Ladies, pack your hoe bag.
Who you calling a hoe?
Pour up a drink and start.
That's a little kinky.
Hear it.
Streaming 24/7 across all platforms.
24/7.
Yes, sir.
Live on sayitloud.com. Lock it in.
Y'all keep it locked right here.
It is another episode of Say It Loud podcast with your favorite gilf and homegirl, maybe auntie, I don't know, Karen. In my hot seat, you know my seats stay hot because we always popping over here. One of our artists that I just love and I've been following a while on social media, and I figure why not come to Say It Loud and let's celebrate the work that you're doing, especially, I don't know, it's March and it's like Women Do Shit Month, and we should be celebrating all the lovely women that are doing like amazing shit. So Ngan is here to talk about music and motherhood and detoxing from our broke ass low vibrational skills and parenting. So I'm so happy to have you. I've been following you on social media for a while now and watching the music that you put out and watching you grow from a distance. And I'm so happy and excited to have you here. So introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ngan. In Vietnamese, it means to vibrate or to resound. Like music. I didn't find out about my name, like the meaning of my name, until like later on in life. My parents didn't know how to explain to me, translate from Vietnamese into English what that meant.
Right.
But after, discovering what my name meant, I felt like I had more of a, what is the word called? A purpose, a stronger purpose in what I do. So like you said, I make music. I'm a singer and songwriter. What else? I'm a breastfeeding peer counselor, and I also certified lactation counselor.
Wow, I should have had you on the show. You might come back and talk about that in a separate episode, right? Just because I'm telling you right now, I'm inviting you back to talk about that because I feel like breastfeeding is such a big deal. And we don't really have those conversations with moms until they're in that situation and they have to make those decisions. And I feel like there needs to be more opportunities to seek out education. So I'm letting you know right now that I invited you as a music artist because that's what I know of you. But I would love for you to come back and also have a dedicated episode just to talking about breastfeeding with mothers and the stigmas that come with it and the health that comes with it and the conversations that we need to have, because I meet so many women and some women are like, no, I'm going to do it. This is great. And then I meet other women that are like, this is hard. And why is it not working for me? And then I meet other women and they're just like, it's great. And it's like, so some women are like, it's great. Some women are like, it's not working for me. And then other women are like, I feel like I failed and I just can't do it. And so I think we need to have more conversation about that.
Definitely. Please have me on. I want to talk about this because it is difficult for sure.
That's right. And you're a new mom.
Yes. I mean, I have a son that's 5 years old. I had difficulties with him before. But with this child, second time, we had a little bit of difficulty, but then afterwards, everything went well.
Yeah. Do you feel like doing it the second time around, you're so much better prepared?
I feel like I'm in such a good place. Like you said, detoxing from negative energy. I feel like with my first experience, it was me learning to overcome those obstacles and then heal from that, so that I could be in this space to mentally.
Wait, I lost my sound. What happened? I lost my sound. Testing. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Is that anything? I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. This is so weird. Yeah, it just went away. I don't know. The mic settings seem okay. I didn't do anything. This is on. This is on. You're not muted. I'm not muted. I don't know what the hell just happened here. Damn it. Yeah, I don't. That's for that. These are my headphones. I didn't touch anything. Yeah, I don't. Testing. You can hear me though, right? Testing. Go ahead. Can you try again? I don't know what happened. Testing. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? No, I can't hear. Keep going. Hello? I can't hear. Okay, so that's on. And that should be on. Yeah, I don't know. I just lost sound again. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I can do like a Bluetooth. I've never I never connected Bluetooth, so I'm not really sure if that's gonna work. I can't hear you though. This is so weird. And it was going fine. All right, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? No.
Can you hear me?
Now
No?
I can.
I can't even hear
Yes,
you.
yes.
You can hear me? Oh, okay,
Yes.
perfect. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
What
I'm
happened?
so sorry. Huh?
Can you hear her?
Yeah, I could hear
Yeah.
her.
Oh, you're good.
What
now.
happened? What did we do?
I think it disconnected.
That's so
The
weird.
AirPods disconnected.
Okay. Mine do that. That's what I said. Mine just do that. And then if I'm in the car, it just like connects to my car. But then if I turn my car off, it's like still connected. It's really weird.
This is ridiculous. We need headphones like yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. With the wire, but nobody has wire headphones anymore.
Yeah, I know.
All right. We're gonna keep going. We're just gonna edit it out. We're just gonna keep going. All right, so tell us a little bit about, so I'm gonna cut out all of this and then we're gonna go into the next question. Right. So tell us about the music.
Okay. So I recently released a single called After the Rush. I released it with the support of a grant from Arts of Westchester. So I was able to do a music video and also record the whole song. I released that and had like a video premiere event at Mike Vision Studios. It was amazing. It was also a pop-up shop, so I also got to have many local vendors there. So there's like indigenous hand soap. The Blast podcast was our MC. There was Nubian Plutonian who does tarot readings. Who else? There was Purple Vegan Mama who sells, basically holistic care products. There was so many people. Innovative Balloon Designs. There was what's their name? P is for Party. They're, what is it called? They do
you know those the photo booths.
Booths.
Yeah, so they were really dope. And my cousin Chef Chris, he made Vietnamese tacos. It was amazing. And then Hakeem was actually serving drinks. He was the bartender.
I mean, we gotta pull on everybody, right?
Yeah.
Why not? So what was the vision for the song and really kind of getting it out there? Like what was the vision and what was the work from the beginning to the end to watch it come to fruition?
So I feel like I haven't recorded in a long time. So that was a track that it was me returning back to the studio. And then I usually do it recorded at Mike Vision Studios. And there was something about it that was different. It felt like a new energy from me. I felt like I was in a better place. And I just felt like it was a very special track. So when I was recording it, I even think that, Jordan Jones, my engineer, he was just like, this is a great track. So we decided to really, it was like my next single after I dropped a previous single called Low Vibrations. And I haven't dropped any music videos. So I was like, I don't know, I just felt eager to create a new visual. And that was going to be the track. So I was excited to do that. And thankfully, I was able to get support from, again, Arts of Westchester.
Wow, that's amazing. Because I think a lot of people don't know how to navigate that space to be able to do something like that. How did you know it was that track? Like this is the one. Did your stomach just say, this is the one, you have to move on this?
Yeah, I felt like if I dropped this track, I could like let it go. It was kind of like me getting through whatever I got through in the past and being able to like, what do they say? If you love something, you let it go,
Right.
And I felt like I finally wanted to detach from that energy and then move forward with this new loving energy. So after the rushes, it's more melancholy. It's like a sad love song. But I wanted to move forward because I was introduced to like this newfound love, real
Right.
love for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's amazing when you're just doing something and it's from it's from your heart, and it's from your soul and you do that work. What was the writing process like for you?
So I like to go into, like, I have an idea, like a melody in my head, a harmony. And then when I go into the studio, that's really when like things come together.
Right.
So I kind of freestyle it. Like I have it like a hook that's repetitive that I've probably thought about previously. But then when I go into the studio, that's when like I really arrange everything. And I book enough time so that I could give myself space to just be there, be present, and kind of like tap in. It's like a spiritual thing for me. I don't know. But you got to tap into the energy that's in the room, in that space. And then I was able to create from there.
Oh, that's amazing because I know that that's a process, and people don't always give their self that time in their space to do that. Do you think creatively that's healthier for people to take that time in that space and be like, oh, I'm going to write it here in this moment versus me forcing myself to do it at the kitchen table?
I mean, I think both are healthy. It's whenever you're feeling the moment, I feel like it's really great to be able to write it out and just like let it go. For me, I just do it differently. I don't know why. I have a hard time like writing things down. It could be because of like whatever trauma I experienced, but I can't seem to write it down anymore. It's like I have to say it. I have to use my voice and, just speak my truth.
And that's what you do though, right? Because that's where your art is and that's where your craft is. It's in you using your voice. So that makes it kind of makes total sense. What about the video? How was it putting a video together for the first time and watching that come to life? Like, is the video we see, is that what you had in your head the whole time, or did it just kind of grow into whatever it is now?
So obviously we planned for it to go a certain way, but I was pregnant at the time, like 8 months pregnant. And I didn't we planned it way in advance. So by the time, 8 months came in, I didn't realize how tired I would be. It was literally me, the creative director slash director and cinematographer Hakeem helping us to put things together. So there weren't that many hands on the actual filming of it, and that kind of it didn't initially go the way that we had fully planned, but I think it was still a beautiful piece of work.
Yeah.
With the time given and doing it in one day while pregnant, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let it go. That's
just
it.
What you get because
Yeah, because I'm tired.
I'm tired. I mean, I feel like that's fair. I think that's a very fair, a fair statement, and those things actually do take time.
Yeah.
You know, but I think in the end we always get where we're supposed to be right at the right time. You know,
Yeah.
and so being able to still pull that and have the energy to still put that together is a big deal as well.
Yeah, and it was my first time receiving a grant for doing my work, and navigating that was also a new thing for me as well. I didn't realize like the amount that was given is not enough money, but I should have known that.
Yeah.
You know, it's because you have to really think about what you're paying for. So a lot of it did go into filming the actual project,
Right.
but you know, throwing the event is a whole different story. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, let's just say that the grant didn't fully cover everything, but it, you know, did support enough. And that was something else that we had to navigate as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're lucky to get a grant because some people don't even know that and they have projects and they're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I think also people underestimate what it takes to put into these kinds of projects.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we're like, no, I'll shoot a video, and you're like, how, dude? Like, how are you gonna do that? That costs money, and someone has to edit, and we have to lights, and we need cameras. And I think people sometimes underestimate the work that it takes to actually go into those types of projects and get it.
Yeah. I had to tap into like, you know, my resources as well. Like my brother, he's a well-known photographer and videographer, and he's in California. I was like, yo, please, can you edit my video? I don't think I could spend anymore. Yeah. I didn't budget it because I completely forgot to budget that, and that was
Right.
like my mistake. But thankfully, he was able to do it, and he did a great job editing what he could.
I mean, I feel like and this is something that we could talk about because, you know, as up and coming artists and up and coming talents, it's like there's not a lot of resources, you know? So I'm going to ask you that, like, how do someone like you, who's an artist, who's in talent, who's a creative, who wants to break into your own market, a niche, and do types of projects, like, how do we find resources to do that?
So I think from the ground up, really, like, I don't know if it's in my nature, but like I like to connect naturally with people in person, you know, um, with people that I feel like resonates with what I do and like my energy, my frequency. So, you know, I will attract and also manifest people who, you know, are positive, are, you know, willing to um, you know, do the work, who are healing, motivated, determined, and then also knows what it means to be up and coming local and you know, building from the ground up. So I really like to create relationships. People like to say networking, but I feel like it's connection, right? um, you have to build, like, what is the word called, you know, it's more deeper than just networking. It's like a real deep connection with someone, because, you know, you guys we like the same thing, or we both want to see each other flourish, and I think that's a beautiful thing to have in your, you know, in your circle.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think people say networking, but you know when you meet someone and they're another creative or somebody, like, you know when the connection works and you know when
Mm-hmm.
the connection doesn't work, you know, and you know this is a good place. I can see myself aligning here. Or when you're like, I don't know, this is not where I fit. And that's okay. You know, we're not supposed to fit everywhere. Um, but I think that's really what you build as well. Have you put out music before?
So I've been doing everything by myself, really, just doing it through distribution platforms like DistroKid or CD Baby, you know, those things, those platforms. Yeah, I just Googled, did my research, and figured out what worked for me, which was cost effective for me, because I feel like most of my work went into actually creating. So I'm still trying to juggle all of that. Uh, Music came first, actually. I started when I was in high school. I feel like I just never kind of fully made the jump. I was shy. I didn't really want to show my face. I wanted to be kind of like, I wanted to be a songwriter. I wanted to be behind the scenes. I still do. I want to be behind the scenes. But a lot of people kept telling me, you need to put your face out there. You need to make videos. And I guess at that time, that was like the end of high school. I was like, okay, let me try this out. So I did it for quite some time. And then I released a project at that time. It was called Smell the Roses. Back then, I don't know if you remember, but like music blogs were huge back then. This is like 2009. So my project, after it was completed, it garnered a lot of views. It went on Hypebeast's music blog called Hype Track, and a lot of people were able to find it. They listened to it. I was able to gain a lot of gain an audience from it. And to my surprise, like something that I created on my own was like, whatever, I'm gonna put on SoundCloud. Ended up gaining a lot of popularity. So yeah. Thank you so much. I just, you know, I figured out who I would connect with, who I wanted to be on my project, and I feel like that made a huge difference. Um, I really, before I released something, it was like something that was thoughtful. I put a lot of thought into it, and those people, those, you know, networks or whatever you want to call it, connections, they were able to bring it even further. So it wasn't just staying in Rockland; it was also expanding to other places like in Australia, you know, Netherlands. It was really cool. Yeah. Yeah. But I also realized I was like, not enough people locally knew about me. They didn't know I did music. And I felt like, you know, now moving into this, you know, the place that I am now, like that's been my goal. I always thought of like Odd Future, you know, the way that they came up as my goal. You know, they built themselves up through their community. um it's Odd Future, who else, Chance the Rapper, that crew. They built themselves through their community locally, and then they expanded. So it definitely switched. It went from like outside, and then I had to go in and really like reflect on all the things that I was doing. It was nice to connect outwardly, but um, I needed, I needed also a place to start from so that I could figure out who I'm from. I mean, who I am, where I'm from, and I don't know, just really create true connections, because you could create connections from people outside, but it's nothing like, you know, seeing your neighbor and being like, did you do your, like, how's your music going? You know, so different. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I still need to meditate. I need a breather.
Good energy. How do you detox from just people, from bad situations, from life? Like, how do you get to that space?
Um, I I think I learned that late. I realized like I guess with my son, my first child, overcoming that obstacle with his father, realizing like, wow, this is really toxic. Like, this isn't right. Like that was my journey of learning, and um, no shade on him. It's just, he. What did my therapist say? He's my adversarial teacher, like somebody that's gonna keep fighting with you so that you can learn to be stronger. Huh?
I said I have one too. Don't worry about it. I feel like that's a learning curve, and you're like, yeah, well, I hit this curve hard, but
Yeah, it's terrible.
grow. I tell people all the time, you grow into a whole other being in some ways. It's like people say, like it's like an onion, and you peel back the layers, and you kind of learn to navigate yourself.
Oof.
And as much as you don't like those experiences, they actually make us better people. And that's my story with people.
You know what? Like I'm learning that too. Like before it was I used to resent it so much. I used to be like, why? Like why would anyone like have to be put through this? This is just evil. But I realized like I'm in control of myself, my emotions, my feelings, my being. And that's when I learned that okay, things need to change because I can't be emitting this energy and I can't be also taking it in. Like it's not my burden anymore. I'm moving forward. And that was the beginning of me learning to like detox and really reflect on, okay, so what am I looking, who am I following on social media? Because, that could also play a role into like how you feel about yourself, the negativity, why would you follow someone that hates on you? Like, no. Um, Learning boundaries with learning your boundaries, like what is good for you, what's serving you and what's not. So
I totally get it. I think not enough people take time to understand that. They just think like, oh, somebody else is toxic, and you're like, bro, like you're letting all this negative energy in, and then you're putting it all back out. We don't want that. We don't
no,
want that.
I want to move forward, I want to progress. I want to move upward.
You gotta watch the company you keep because sometimes that's the negative energy, right? And what you're internalizing from. Girl, let me tell you, I stopped watching the news because this negative energy. I was like, it's 59 minutes of bad news.
I stopped a long time ago. I was like, no way, no thank you, I'm good.
I'm like, no. She's like, well, what if something's gonna happen? I'm like, it'll come on my phone. And
That's true. You'll see it on Instagram.
especially during COVID, and they were like all day long. That's what they were talking about all day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't take this in anymore. Like, I don't want to be in that space. So I haven't, like, I barely watch TV to be totally honest with you. And if
I'm
it's
the same way.
something creative that I'm watching and writing and all of the things that I love, but not just taking in like bad news.
If you think about it, it's kind of like, it's fueling you, right? Like it's like food. Energy is food. So all of these things that we watch, we take in and we put into our bodies, like that's the fuel you're gonna move with. Like, no.
Yeah, yeah. And
And I had to realize that. I was like, you know what?
a lot of
My
people
energy's low.
they're just taking it in and not realizing like this is me suffering
Yeah.
somehow or another.
Yeah, I'm gonna take control of my life. I'm not suffering anymore.
Yeah. I think we need to be more conscious um, about the energy that we take in and also the energy that we give out.
Oh yeah.
The energy that we give to people and the energy that we give ourselves, and reflecting on, well, you felt this way, but you keep doing this, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or you keep going back in these situations, like, you don't feel that bad. So,
That's so true. I learned that late as well. Like I also had to learn from, that experience, my previous experience that it took two people, right? And, you know, that's where I was at back then. So it's like I can't blame the other person for that, right? We both had our traumas, we came together and then that's what happened, right? I took into account that I had to own up to all of my mistakes, all of my traumas, everything that I brought to the table as well. But
And that's the part where you clap for yourself. Because that's what I
yeah,
had to do too. I had to take responsibility for who I was and the things that I had learned previously in my life. And I was like, all right, well, this isn't all my fault, but I have to take responsibility for the part that is,
yeah,
and for how I'm letting somebody treat me and why I'm letting them treat me like this and where I'm
exactly.
from. And, for all of those things. And say, all right, well, what am I going to do with that information? And how am I going to change my life going forward?
Exactly. Wow, it's so nice to connect with someone that gets it. Like I'm like I'm 30 and I'm like, dang, like this is what people go through?
And I'm thinking to myself, there's people that have not figured that out yet.
Man,
I've been, 10 years in a relationship and they have not figured that out yet. And it's just like, you got to really reflect on how did I get here, right?
yeah.
And then after you do all of that stuff and you feel bad about it, you then got to like brush your shoulder off and be like, okay, well, what am I going to do different going forward?
Did you have like a good support system that helped you get out of that or like to see it?
No, no.
No?
The answer is no.
How did you just see it?
I had no support system. None
Really?
whatsoever. And I was married, so a lot of people just
Wow.
like, well, people just stay married, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's not good for me. I'm like, I'm about to lose it. Like, this is not healthy. I don't want to be in this anymore.
Mhm.
And I think, when you have like old school parents and old school family around you, it's kind of like, oh my God, you don't do that. Especially religious. It's like, you don't get divorced. You don't do that.
You can't even think that.
Women don't want to. Women aren't the ones that want to leave relationships. And I'm like, no, I'm ready to go. I was ready to go 2 years ago. My baby's packed this summer. So I was just waiting for some word to go. But I've been ready. My hat's on, my gloves on, my shoes are on. I'm ready to go. And I think as a woman, a lot of times, if a man wants to leave a relationship, people are like, well, I understand if that's what men do.
Yeah.
I would be a little bit more giving. But women and women with children, no, my God. And so it was very hard to tell anyone. And then it was
Mhm.
very hard to feel like everybody supported me because everybody was like,
You felt judged for it?
yeah, I felt very judged. I
Mhm.
felt like, there was so much for me to lose.
Yeah.
We have investments, homes, and cars, and things like that. But ultimately, it came down to my sanity.
Mhm.
It came down to me. And
You chose you.
place all of the physical things because
That was the same for me.
you can't take my sanity. Like, why you took everything else, you took my sanity.
Yeah.
Um, and so contrary to what normally happens, I was the one that went.
Wow. That's that's probably the hardest thing. Like people don't understand how hard it is because you do have all those thoughts of like what am I supposedly giving up or sacrificing? What does life look like, you know, single again with kids?
You don't know,
Yeah.
and it was toxic. It was toxic even after. Like, all right,
Hmm.
well, I'm gonna do what I want you to do. I'm gonna take the car. I'm gonna take the kids. I'm gonna take the house. I'm gonna take everything. Like, girl, take whatever you need, but you
Hmm.
can't have me. You can have everything else. You can have my kids. You can have anything else.
Yeah.
That's what you want. If that's what's gonna make you feel better, but you can't. And so it got ugly for a minute. It got real ugly. But long story short, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I feel
Good
very
for you.
sometimes. And it was a great learning experience. And I think that you grow to be a better person and a better human.
I
So,
definitely need this whole story, like not from here, so that I could take this all the gems with me because I'm going through it.
you become a lot more patient with people. I find myself a lot more understanding and patient and giving and less judgmental because
Mm.
that story that people like, you don't know what someone's going through. When you go through it, you'll
Whew.
see in ways to understand that yes, somebody else went through something and they
Yeah.
from it. But right now they're going through it and you have to understand that. So I think it's sad to say, but in some ways it makes us a
It's tough. I saw this like this.
When you're in it, but when you get to the other end of the tunnel and you can turn around and have conversations with somebody else and learn from
Mhm.
somebody else, be strength for somebody else. When you look
Yeah.
back and see how resilient you are in your own life, and then the things that people don't even know you're going through, because people always see the thing on social media, like life is good, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and all you see in that on your car, you sit there and cry for 5 minutes. They don't see that.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
The reality is you bleed, and so when you turn around and you look at it on the other end, you're like, wow, I did grow from it, and I did learn, and I am a better person, and I'm gonna be a better wife now, and a better girlfriend, and a better mother, because I've learned so much about myself and who I am,
Mhm.
stand in that and own it. I think that's a beautiful thing. I just think that we have to, peel back those layers and it hurt.
Oh, tell me about it. Hurt. I think is an understatement. It is painful to heal through that. Healing is not like it's not beautiful. It is you go through the mud, you're going through the thick of it. It is painful.
Yeah. If you don't do the work, then you don't get to heal, and the joy comes when you heal.
Yes.
A lot of people need to stop walking around. You said toxic energy. Like you gotta let go of the anger and the resentment and the
Mhm.
fear and kind of live in your purpose, as you said. When you
Mhm.
really get to your purpose, when you can write that song and make that song and be in that moment and put it out there and have that vulnerability and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm showing I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling. Then that's when you know you've grown.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that because I think it's very cathartic for me to just be in the studio and like just pour out whatever it is I'm feeling. Because I don't get to share it with people, like I mean, I have a good support system. My best friend, thank you. Thank you for good friends. My best friend, oh my God, she helped me to get out of the situation and helped me to see my light. Um, so, besides her and a couple of other friends, I wasn't able to share what I was going through. Like, no one knew, but it was tough. And so, when I was able to go to the studios, um, it just felt like I was able to release, and surrender to just, surrender to whatever it was, letting it be, and then allow my feelings um, to just be in it.
Yeah.
And then once I let it go, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can move forward. I can move through this.
What you needed to do. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get into one of your tracks.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna be able to hear you, and then we can just experience that moment with you right here.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Um, Thank you, Nang, for being with us. I want you to come back soon and let's talk about breastfeeding and lactation and moms and all of the stuff that we need to know about that motherhood part. Um,
Definitely.
so, because I feel like that's a whole nother conversation, and I really want to talk about it, um, and and just share the time with the new moms and talk about the breastfeeding and those experiences and stuff like that. So, next thing, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes, definitely. I would love to come back. I can't wait. You can find me on Instagram at Ngan, well, Ngung, for the number four, and then Prophet, Prophet. You can find me on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. I have two projects on there. One is called Smell the Roses, the other is called Venus, and then my latest singles. If you want to check out my music videos, you could also find me on Vivo. Just search at Ngung, Ngan. Yeah,
Melanie, thank you so much for being here today and sharing all your wisdom and good
thank you for
energy
having me.
and good vibrations. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so proud to have you here. I'm proud of you and all the work you're doing. And Stand God loves you. So anything that we can do to support, please let me know.
We love you. Same thing.
Please let me
Same
know.
thing.
We're gonna do a whole show. We're gonna have a whole event. We're gonna get it together. And
Okay, let's do that. All right. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.